We have more guests tonight. This is Pastor Ron Lewis from Morning Star, New York. This is Ryan and Tiffany Neill from actually here, from the Rutgers area where they came, but playing football with the St. Louis Rams. Could we welcome them? And this is another one I can't introduce, I have to explain. This is Shino Prater, who works with me in Nashville. Would you welcome Shino Prater to the show tonight? We're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about the importance of campus ministry. Ron Lewis and I, we've been together for many years, and we help lead an organization, several of them, that reach out to college students around the world. So now some 500 college campuses that we are involved ministering on. Shino Prater works in targeting the historically black campuses. There's about 103 campuses like that. Howard, Fisk, TSU, Grambling, others like that. Now, you guys were actually students at Rutgers. But Ron, why don't you just set this whole thing up and just talk about the importance of what's happening on the campuses today, why it's so critical to reach students, and then maybe set up the discussion here with them about what happened at Rutgers.
Well, as you recall, back when we started our church here in New York City, Morning Star, New York, one of the first things that we did is strategically is we felt like we need to reach this city, we need to do everything we can do to reach college students. And so we started going to Columbia, we started going to New York University, FIT, the Merchant Marine Academy, and then we got over to Rutgers. And we just so believe that if you're going to change society, if you're going to make an impact, you've got to go to the university campuses. And so one of my missions in life, and yours as well, Pastor, is to do all that we can do to connect local churches into the harvest field of the university campuses. And there's just no way around it. That is such a ripe, fertile harvest where there's so many people that are just thinking about life. College students are thinking, they're engaged, they're open. Contrary to what a lot of people think, they think that if my university or my high school students are going to go off to a university campus, and certainly they're going to backslide, they're going to get confused, they're going to become atheists. But wherever we go, wherever sin is, the grace of God does abound. And so we send out missionaries deliberately and intentionally to go to the university campuses. And that was where we had the privilege of meeting this great couple here, Ryan and Tiffany.
So now you guys set this up. You're a student at Rutgers. You're playing football. Maybe you can just talk on a personal level how you guys met. And I think that was involving your own commitment to Christ. And talk about that because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, our first years at Rutgers, Tiffany was a field hockey player. I was a football player. So we knew each other just from, at the time, both were unsaved, didn't know Christ. So we met each other partying and hanging out with the other athletes. Knew each other from the training room, you know, getting rehab and recovering from our sports injuries. Going into my sophomore year at Rutgers, I came to know the Lord, and me and my roommate, both being, you know, strong in our faith and believers, decided to go to a party with the purpose of sharing the gospel with some of our friends and inviting them to our campus Bible study.
I bet they were really excited about
that.
Yeah, so crashing the party with the gospel like that. There you go.
So,
Jesus
you know,
would have done something.
yeah, you know, I think we were part of that party at one point and really living unrighteously. We stepped away from it, and we felt that in order to reach our teammates and our friends, hanging out at home wasn't going to do that. So we decided we were strong enough to get back into it, and not for the purpose of the drinking and the partying and the chasing women, but for the purpose of sharing the gospel and just using the relationships to then bring people to our campus Bible study. Okay. So through that, through those relationships, as a freshman and an unbeliever, I chased after Tiffany, and Tiffany wanted nothing to do with me.
She had the hockey stick now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you better be careful who you chase with a stick like that.
Now, going into this party that night, some of her teammates had made mention to me that it was coming upon Valentine's Day, and they said, you know, she's kind of taking an eye to you. Maybe if you asked her out for Valentine's Day, she would go out with you. So immediately I go to my friend, and we kind of bounced it off each other. Said, well, I don't know if I'm ready to, you know, start dating women again. And he says, you know, hey, get back into it, man. You can bring her to Bible study. So sure enough, I go out with Tiffany. We had dinner. We had a nice dinner. The following week, she comes to Bible study. she gets saved, starts to grow in the Lord, and our relationship blossomed from there. And you know.
So now, Tiffany, could you tell? So here you see this big man on campus, and you see he's kind of looking your way. What were you thinking? Could you tell there was a change in his life?
I definitely could. From the time we met our freshman year, Ryan, like he had said, I wanted nothing to do with him. Just was a side of a person that I just didn't want to see myself with. And the thing I do remember the most from that party that he was at, that him and his roommate came to, was the beer started to disappear, and we were like, what is going on? And they were going out to the street, and they were actually dumping the beer out. And I was like, who is this man? And then I thought the looks were good, so I went to Bible study, and never did I, in a million years, think that I would actually meet Christ more than meeting Ryan.
Wow.
So.
Amazing.
Now, Shino, this is Shino. I introduce him as hear no evil, see no evil, she no evil. But Shino played football at Penn State for Coach Paterno, came to Tennessee to play with the Titans, and that's where he became a Christian. But now you start traveling up. When we started coming from Nashville to New York after 9/11 to start a church, tell how you got involved and how you guys have a connection.